So in Filipino martial arts, we often do things with both the right side and the left side of the body. So one of the most classic ways is when we do our double stick. We're doing things sometimes symmetrical from one side to the other side. But especially when we start to circle and do different kinds of footworks, it will require changing of position. So sometimes my right arm and my right shoulder needs to be forward, sometimes my left arm and my left shoulder needs to be forward. And the most classic way is when we're circling and doing different things, I may need one side to be closer to my target or closer to my opponent, rather than being in this position where I kind of get jammed up all the time. So in professional football and a lot of athletic sports, and in fact now with the ladder drills and mobility, agility drills, you see people do a lot of these grapevine footworks. That's also in ballroom dance. Sometimes called grapevine, sometimes called karaoke, and we use this, so this would be a good way to mobilize the hips, develop some agility and mobility with the legs and with different things. Because when we circle, so now I'm gonna, well, I'll show you with the sticks first. If I'm doing my ikis or my X's, there's times when I need to turn my hips. And sometimes this is taught in the beginning as I kind of take a step back, take a step forward, take a step back, take a step forward, and I can do the same thing with the other leg too. So I take a step forward, take a step back, take a step forward. And that's really where my body's upright. I'm just getting used to this rotation of my hips, but really I'm not doing too much. In some of the more traditional forms of Kali, some of the more ways that it's traditionally taught, they will take exaggerated steps and come in front, and then step behind, and in front, and step behind, and on the other side, in front, and step behind, in front, and step behind. And so when you can do this, it really opens up the your lateral hips, and it will really enable you to get some of this twisting kind of motions and get used to things like this. So obviously when you're moving, you can stay more upright, or you can really exaggerate it. Now sometimes my shoulders will be more square and I can get more of this kind of motion where I'm exaggerating this footwork as we go through. So this is grapevine footwork or karaoke footwork. Sometimes we call this circling Kali footwork. I sometimes call it chain cross-stepping, because this cross-stepping motion, or this cross-stepping motion here, is also what we're using. So that's an example of using our chain cross-step footwork, grapevine or karaoke, to help increase our mobility and agility for the hips. Okay, I'll do one more.